Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another video today for Vibes from the Six. And yes, today we're going to be getting into everything. Arsenal absolutely smashed Chelsea, and we're going to have to talk about that and much more on today's show. In addition to, Liverpool losing to Everton, Phill Foden being called the potential player of the season if Man City win the league, and the four-peat looking closer and closer for them. We also have to talk about the big North London derby upcoming. Liverpool might be announcing their next manager as Arne Slot, and Rashford hitting back at all his critics. This plus more on today's show. But before we go any further, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to get to 30K, and I'm going to try to do that by the summer, hopefully. But right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. It's Kitty G, Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another great video, and let's go. Where is it? Where's the intro? Yes, people. What's going on? So I got Kaz in the building, Manchester United fan. We got Ram back in the house, Liverpool fan, and we got my boy Jay in the building. Back-to-back streams, Jay. What's good?
They're working me hard. Do you know what I mean? Tottenham have got a flagship game, and oh my God, they're quintessentially whipping me. But yes, the visual imagery running wild. Yeah, man, listen, I'm here for Liverpool chat. It feels only a couple of weeks ago your chest was big, your grapefruits were massive, you were swinging all over the place. Pause.
There's so many pause references. Like, slow down.
I'm just here to ask what. Can we start with Liverpool, Igal? Is that okay?
Yeah, we can start with Liverpool. Liverpool are mudded by Everton, and your reference to get it done, just get it done, eventually caught up to you. So should we maybe this time we usually start with the rivals, but let's hear from Ram because we haven't heard from him in a while. How you doing?
What can I say, man? I'm calm. I'm calm. Like I said, at this point, it is literally get it done, and we didn't get it done. We played poorly. Crystal Palace, we had abundance of chances, but the ball just didn't want to go to the back of the net. It didn't. Like, when you know Diogo Jota, the guy that you bring on to convert, doesn't end up scoring, then you know the ball's not going in the back of the net. And the Everton game, look, we've got a lot to speak about when it comes to our forward line, and a lot of those people, certain people that could win us games, but also lose us games at the same time, and that is what it is. But I've come to terms with the season. Seasons for me is done, and we'll just have to wait and see what the new manager will come in and implement on that front. But yeah, we showed a lack of mentality, a lack of drive, and also a lack of clinical edge, man. And that's the only players have got to blame for that. I'm sorry. Klopp did all he can. He made the tactics. If you have an XGs of around about 3 or 4 goals a game, then that's not on the manager. That's on your players. So that's how I see it, man.
All right, let's start with Kaz, Manchester United fan, Liverpool's rival. You must have been loving life when you seen them drop points to Everton.
Yep, drop points. Now they're recruiting, come shot. Like, slutting it out, innit? That's what I'm gonna say. They found the perfect profile, as they say. So, Ten Hag in disguise. Let's go. I'm super happy. Like, Calvert-Lewin just moved to these, man. You know what? It's about time, because Liverpool's performances they've been getting away with it for far too long. Long range shots, scrappy goals, and that. So, when it comes down to it, when you deep it, they shouldn't even be in the title race, because their defense has not been sustainable for a while. Look how many goals they've conceded. Defense end up winning you titles. Your attack wins you your games, and Liverpool haven't proved anything really. And in the latest run, I think really and truly, let's be honest, they were scraping, but they were just getting by. When you need to get by at the end of the season, not in March. So I'm happy anyways, because I don't like them, hate them.
So yeah, what are you saying? What are you saying, Jay? Because I know you wanted to talk about this topic earlier. So are you looking at Liverpool? What are you saying right now?
So
They
listen,
bottled it.
there's a few things I want to say. Yeah. So I remember when is it Sakib? Is it Sakib? Is it
Sarib.
Sorry. Just one initial wrong and his name is a mess. Sarib. I remember speaking to him last week when Liverpool lost to Palace, and I told him it's done. Yeah, I said you had still had a chance, but I said Liverpool, they're done. Yeah, and he was like, no, Jay, blah blah blah, and I said, no, you're done. Like, because to me, Liverpool, this is probably the biggest bottling of any club over the last few years. What Liverpool have done, easily, comfortably, yeah. To go into this run-in, yeah, and to lose to Palace at home, to lose to Everton, to lose to Atalanta, and to lose to Man United in Klopp's final season, atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Because in every one of those games, they were the favourites. That's what you classify as a bottling. If you have 4 games and you lose them all, but in every single one of them, you were the favourites, how is that not a bottling? And that is a spectacular bottling, because now Carragher's reframing the narrative of, oh, I guess they weren't good enough. Yeah, they weren't good enough to win the league. However, the matches that they've lost in this instance were not, you've not gone to Villa away and lost.
Liverpool overachieving is the biggest false narrative.
Because the funniest thing is, of the 3 games that they played, away to Everton, home against Palace, and away to Fulham, Fulham was the most difficult game. Yeah? And they won the Fulham game. Do you see what I mean? So to me, that showed me that they could get it done. But aside from that, overall, I'm really interested in the Liverpool fans and how they're going to deal with next season. Because the one thing I realize from supporting Tottenham is that when a club doesn't have success, doesn't matter who the next manager is, yeah? Doesn't matter. It's like continuous. So the hangover from them flopping this is going to attach itself to Slot. Do you see what I mean?
No, let's say his name properly. Slot.
Yes, Slot. So it's going to, so the Eredivisie Homer Simpson is going to be coming in here now, and he's going to have an expectant fan base.
Wait. Just so we're clear, Slot is being linked to the club, but is it finalized?
It's more or less done. It looks like it's done.
Who confirmed it?
Oh, Romano said final stages.
Damn. So the Feyenoord boss is going to be the Liverpool boss very soon.
Exactly. So again, I was saying this the other day, and some Liverpool fans took exception to it. And I just want to be very clear. Liverpool are more likely to finish closer to the likes of Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Tottenham next season than they are to finish near City and Arsenal, in my opinion. And I know that's a sweeping statement, but my logic here is Edwards and Klopp won a title. Klopp without Edwards couldn't win a title. Can Edwards without Klopp win a title? We're going to find out. But the idea of Liverpool with this many points and what they've done this season, replicating that next season with a new manager, new style of play, players getting older, players maybe revamping the squad, I think they'll do very, 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 very well to finish within 8 to 10 points of their total that they've accumulated this season. They'll do very well.
I agree with you. I said earlier in the season that I think Liverpool are going to fall off. The moment I heard Klopp was leaving, next season they're going to fall off, and it was always going to happen.
When you say fall off, I think it's not necessarily falling off.
I think it's falling off from going from title race to top 4.
Just to be clear, it says Newcastle, Villa, and Spurs I expect to improve. Now, Liverpool could very well improve from their current position. I just think it's more likely they take a step back from where they are now than it is that they do better than the current total.
I don't know about you, but going from challenging for the league and challenging for the Europa League and all the domestic cups to next season, what I expect them to be is a top 4 team, that is slightly falling off. Is it not?
They will fall off.
That is,
I think Ramona fall off.
But if you claim that we were in a false position and that the league, the way we are in the league, doesn't actually sort of paint a full picture of what we are, then how is it really a fall off? I'm only using what you're saying, Igal.
No. So you're the reasoning why you're gonna fall off is because I'm saying you're currently in a position where you shouldn't really be in the first place. So next season you're gonna go back to your mean and you're gonna be challenging for top 4. You can't. I can't compare you to the hypothetical thing that I thought you were gonna be. I'm gonna compare you to what you are.
I find it interesting that people are saying, I think on quality on what we're doing right now, people say will follow us. But I think why can't there be a situation where quality wise within the squad we can get better? Because there's still so many gaping holes in our team. We're gonna
get into that right now. Kaz, what were you gonna say?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People need to understand the difference between managers. Klopp is night and day better than most man. Like that's it. There's not much more than that. We talk about caliber of managers all the time. We're gonna have to adapt to something new a little bit, and I think they'll adapt quite quick. To be fair, because the way Slot plays and the way the players that you got, I mean, other than your link up front, I don't really know. But and obviously Salah's situation, you don't even know if Salah's staying, so that takes away 30 GA in a Premier League automatically. So on that note, the drop off ain't gonna be 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Let's be real, yeah. Maybe 4th, 5th, maybe even 6th. And that's totally, and to be fair, that's totally fine. I think Liverpool still got
sixth.
Yeah, bro, it's very possible.
Also, Rams, how far do you think you listen, Rams? Let's be very clear. Liverpool finished, just for context sake, 8 points ahead of Spurs last season. Yeah. This season, Liverpool are 14 points ahead of Spurs, but Spurs have 2 games in hand. Right? So essentially, it was 8 last season, it's 8 this season. So I'm basically saying to you now, 8 points, let's say it's a 10-point gap between Spurs and Liverpool next season. I expect Tottenham to improve on their points total. Can you say the same for your points total? And if you can't, the gap's going to close.
Well, then you have to say that.
And bro, that doesn't even count. That doesn't even include Newcastle, who had horrific injuries this season. Villa, who could. And by the way, let me not say that Liverpool can't improve. All I think me and Kaz are saying is when you have an elite manager, yeah, and you take that elite manager out, let's find out how much of it was Klopp and how much of it was the players. We'll find out real soon.
And to be fair, I think you're going to go through a bit of a drastic change because Michael Edwards said he said that he doesn't rate a lot of the signings in the last couple of years. So it's going to take him maybe a few windows to get himself back in. And to be fair, you're a Liverpool fan anyways, should be fine with finishing. Well, to be fair, the bare minimum should be Champions League. 4. But the thing is, a lot of teams will improve, and I don't think you lot improve. That's why I think you're going to be in a top 4 battle, not a comfortable position. Actually, to be fair, anything from further below, I think the most comfortable teams are going to be Arsenal and Manchester City next season by a mile.
That's everyone else. Everyone else is scrapping. Villa.
Honestly, I think minimum that we will hit is 5th, and we'll get Champions League. Honestly,
I think that's
the bare minimum. I don't see us going lower than 5th place.
Where is 5th and 6th? It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Nah, but 5th gets Champions League. But
no, how do you know that? One thing you got to realize, 5th don't get Champions League. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah. It depends on how we perform in Europe in order to get that extra spot.
Nah, because we will be in this season. But we will be in the Champions League. We will be in the Champions League. Arsenal get better. Arsenal will get better and will probably advance further in the Champions League. And Man City will probably be there or thereabouts.
And on what logic? Because this season was the easiest season for Liverpool to go and win the Europa League. The only thing we're hanging on to right now is the Aston Villa Conference League run for 5th to get there. And that's looking like Tottenham's spot at this moment in time, unless they crumble.
Well, yeah,
it didn't help. It didn't help when teams, yourselves and Newcastle got knocked out in the group stages.
It didn't help when you lost 3-0 to Atalanta at home.
Speak on it.
Even if we lost against Atalanta, we still wouldn't get 5th place.
Bro,
Let
listen,
me just introduce the new
home.
guest, guys. We got Vader in the building, of course, and we got Abs back repping Chelsea, obviously, even though he don't want to talk
Who
about
the
Chelsea
fuck
right
is
now.
that guy?
We haven't seen this afro in a minute. What the hell's that?
We're a lot more welcoming than Kaz. Don't worry. Welcome to the channel, my friend.
Welcome, and we see the people in the chat also. Big up all the moderators in the chat. And Pac-Man, you're always here, but you always slag me off. You're a funny guy.
A man of taste.
We got Wolves FI saying what up. We got all the people saying what up. But before we go any further, just to let the two people know that just joined us, we already spoke about the Liverpool Everton game slightly. But now we're kind of just moving on to the next era. So if you guys want to touch on anything, let us know.
I managed to bring the point that I was so eloquently trying to expose on social, but they just wouldn't hear it. They wouldn't let me have it. And me and Beta were talking about it because Beta knows from having when he went from Pellegrini, Mancini, Pep, there's a change. Like whether you like it or not, you do very lucky for the next season to earn more points than the previous season when you bring in a new manager, unless you shut the bed the previous season.
Didn't Pellegrini win in his first season?
But the second season he didn't. And
he win in his first. I didn't ask about second season, Jay. I asked about first season.
Pellegrini, he might have won in his first season, maybe, potentially.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Only managers I know that won in their first season are like what? Jose when he came back, did he win in his first season?
Yeah, he did.
I feel like Pellegrini was there 3 years. He won it once.
So Conte won it his first season.
Yeah,
anyway,
Jose won it.
Pellegrini won it his
first season. There is people who break the rule, but the rule generally is you don't expect somebody to come in and immediately have.
But there's a difference. There's
usually a transition.
You can't, in my opinion, link Pellegrini and Conte, proven winners over the years of the game, especially what they've done previously in football, to a fucking Feyenoord manager, a Dutchman. When we all know Dutch managers, I think it's clear as day now, when they come to manage outside of the Dutch premises, they flop and they suck. They are arse and they are cheap.
Frank Rijkaard?
Really? Are we really rating that?
Well, he won a Champions League, didn't he? It wasn't his fault that he got fired. All of his players didn't want to have anything to do with him after they won the Champions League.
Rams, are you using?
If everyone doesn't like you, what are you talking about? The number one sign that you're not a good manager, you're not something, and the team is better than you as a manager is if they don't like you. Like if they don't all back you in interviews, and when they talk about you after you're gone, it's like he wasn't all that good.
That's more of a player thing then.
Nah,
when people say that Carlos Puyol, Xavi, and Iniesta were the only players that are fighting for the manager, that's a player issue. Right, most of those players that were gone were the players that didn't rate Rijkaard.
Yeah, and let's go through it then. Ten Hag outside, he's not been a success. Ronald Koeman outside, big jobs, not really been a success. Frank de Boer, don't even get me started on that fraud. Who's the other ones that have been outside of the Prem that are also Dutch? Pretty think there's been a few. Louis van Gaal, back in the day. Back in the day. Like we're talking about recently, the whole Dutch premises of football has fallen off. Like everything about it.
But is that a player problem, or is
I just want to bring it back though. I don't think Vader and Abs got a chance to actually speak about the title race. So let them just speak about Liverpool and the title race quickly.
Why should Abs have an opinion? He's Chelsea fan.
Yeah, man. You're like 2 points ahead of me.
They hate Liverpool.
You're in the same position as me, man.
No, we're not in the same position because the position is me. Bro, you should change it. You should be on Terry's show because talking facts is not straight facts, bro. Because you should be over there. The fact is, you're below.
Nah, allow Terry.
No. You're literally. But anyway, so on Liverpool, what was it? I'm over the moon that they're finally out of this so-called title race or whatever title race they was talking about.
Why are you over the moon? What's wrong with you?
Because I absolutely can't stand Liverpool. That's why.
Speak on it.
You'd rather Arsenal win the league than us.
Whoa.
Rather Man City do a 4-key.
Who said that?
I apologize. You said you hate Liverpool. You know what?
Yeah.
Keep you got an opinion.
Listen. I hate Arsenal and Liverpool, but seeing one of them go down at least puts a bit of a smile on my face.
Yeah.
So you'd rather Man City win the 4-P?
Yes.
Of course.
What's wrong with
Yeah,
you?
I would.
Complete
I would.
logical
What's wrong with
sense.
me?
I would.
Of course.
Because you're shameless.
I
I
would
don't
love-
count.
No,
you.
it
Yeah,
makes sense.
I agree with
Makes
that.
sense.
I agree with that. I would.
Rams. Do you know what it is? You know how
That
bad
is
it is?
stinky,
I've
bro.
even started learning the Man City chants. That's how mad it's gone. Like,
I hear it. I hear it.
This
I
is
hear it every
Chelsea,
day.
bro. This is where.
By the way,
why
it's
you're
not-
in the gutter, bro.
No, but anyway,
I
so
hear it.
aside from that, so
What the hell?
That is next level shameless. I've never heard of somebody saying I'm learning.
Oh, Kevin De Bruyne.
not that one.
You be
Not that
yeah. No, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Nah,
Yeah,
not that
yeah,
one.
When's
Not that one.
when's
I
the
don't-
last time you saw a Premier League top 6 side finish back-to-back 10ths?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
don't know.
So his behavior can be unique because he's in a situation that no one's ever seen before.
Finishing
I
back
don't
to
really
back.
know. I don't really know what the
back-to-back
relevant behavior
Yeah, what you
is
doing
in
here?
this instance.
Can I call out
No,
Vader?
the thing is, no, but
I just want to, before you bring in Vader, I want to bring in Vader and say one thing. Your manager said it's naive to rule out Liverpool, but are you ruling out Liverpool?
Am I ruling out Liverpool?
Yeah.
I'm looking at men's like Rax, men's like Ram, men's like Hussam. They've given up already. Why?
Sarib
Ooh.
last week as well. Don't forget Sarib when it was
Sarib
very.
gave up
Yeah.
too.
He gave
Trent,
up.
Trent gave up. Trent gave up.
Sarib had faith, and I
Who's
tried to tell
Sarib?
him to give up.
Bro,
Wait, who's
Trent
Sarib?
Alexander-Arnold said after they lost to Crystal Palace, I can't see City dropping points.
So
Yeah,
when
because-
So when I hear a player, when I hear representatives like Ram, big chest, talking heavy, bass in his voice, now being like,
Pac-Man.
Bro,
nah,
this
the league's
guy.
over. Well, of course I should overlook Liverpool. Of course I should dismiss them.
Vader,
Their own fan base are like, it's not
you know
happening.
what,
this
Vader,
year.
yeah, you know why you can as well, and why it's I'm not when you're captain. I don't ever hear who's your captain is Kyle Walker, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been doing interviews and stuff, right?
Mm.
But when your captain comes out and starts talking about 12:30 kickoffs after losing a derby, that says
Yeah.
everything you need to know about how dusty that dressing room is.
I-
The way it is right now.
You know what,
but
Kaz?
you know what it is?
I wouldn't say
Deflection
it's
tactic,
dusty.
guys.
I would say mentally it shows that they're spent, tired.
Yeah.
Like because
Yeah.
it's like they want the most amount of time to recover. Because I think someone made a great point. If I lost that game, the first thing I want is you want the opportunity to rectify it. You want to play tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? You want to show the fans that fuck, we lost a game that Everton fans will be talking about for years.
Yeah.
The context of this game basically gives Everton a big step towards survival. Basically ends your title.
Oh, they're done now as well.
Yeah, so the double effect of that, Kaz and Vader, is that now you should want to rectify that immediately, but you don't. What you want is you want to go to bed, put your head on the pillow, sleep, and forget about what a terrible day. I do that shit. I do that when I've had a bad day. You know, I want to just switch off from the world.
You're giving Rams on PTSD because he
No,
was.
You are.
Because
he's what I'm trying to say is that that's not an elite mentality. An elite mentality dusts themselves off and goes again. Do you see?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Liverpool are feeling sorry for themselves.
Just for the record, everyone's saying Liverpool's done, right?
I think we can provide extra for that as well, because Ram goes to bed at night staring at the ceiling in a pitch black after he turns the TV off and wonders why. Yeah, because he's got West Ham away next. He's got Tottenham to play as well, which they should win at Anfield, but you never know these days. And then they got Villa away. I'm sorry, but it's over. It's over.
I mean,
Why
Ram
do
is
you
still
keep
wearing
telling
red.
me it's over? I told you what I've
Because
already
Ram,
said. Like, why
when
would you
you-
do it?
because Ram, when you go to bed, yeah, you're gonna remember my voice. You're gonna remember this stream. Do you understand? It's
No, I'm
over.
gonna remember the fact that United are still shit. That's what.
I guess, and Ram, the fact is, and you know what? The fact is that yeah, just like this dusty Chelsea team, yeah, we finished somehow this great, amazing Liverpool team. We finished. It's not even an achievement, but in the last four seasons, we finished above you twice, and you finished above us twice. So who's more dusty? Like you're just as dusty as us, and we've won pretty much the same things.
And you finished around about 8th and 10th.
There's an antique room that hasn't been open for a while, and then there's I haven't cleaned my house in 2 months. It's
No, but
dusty.
you know what it is,
There's levels of
Yeah,
dust.
yeah, yeah.
You know
But
what it is?
my house is getting clean.
All
My house
this
is getting clean. They're kind of scout for baddies at the moment. But do you know what I mean?
No. Do you know what's so funny? All this Liverpool team will be remembered for. And listen, I knew they were never going to be in the real title race, because forget up until February, March. When it gets to April, May, crunch time, that's when it really matters, isn't it? I knew they were never getting there because they employ that fool Darwin Núñez, isn't it?
How would you
But-
know? Last time Chelsea won the league, you was a sperm, bro.
No, huh?
You're like 12.
Broski, listen,
He's not that young, Cass.
listen,
He's
I
young.
know- listen,
He's
I
young
know-
looking. He's young looking.
This
This guy's
channel.
16.
Cassie's just hazing you to see whether or not you
listen,
you
I
got
know-
the
I
minerals.
know
Don't
I'm
worry
not young,
about
but I'm
it.
not
Be
that
quiet,
young,
be
innit?
quiet.
Yeah, he's got a good health care.
Yeah, I can't lie. You got good skin, bro. Hey, mashallah.
Hey,
Hey.
let's just bring it back, dial it back for a second. Bring it-
Sorry. I'm sorry. Just
do me a favor, guys. Everyone in the chat, let me know. Do you guys think Mo Salah is gonna leave this summer also? Because that's the last thing we want to talk about before
No,
Liverpool.
He was.
Because I'm seeing Liverpool fans saying, Saudi clubs, please sign him, get rid of him for us. Liverpool,
smart
why is
fans.
Mo Salah here? He's become a scapegoat this week. So I
He's
want to
just-
know, do you guys think he's gone in the summer?
Reactionary, man. Reactionary.
Nah, I understand what the fan base are talking about. I understand. And Ram, relax your face. You're getting all tense over there.
No,
league's
because
over.
Well, one second, bro. Let me just read the super chat. Big up my guy, Wolves FI saying, what is that? Owie? Oh, ow. Yeah, okay. He's
Don't
saying
ever
the
do that in your life again.
Wolves season died. Chelsea lost, and what?
Wimping out 11 winless end of season. Wolves have fallen for the same trap.
Yeah, but you know what? Wolves stay up, and you guys can strengthen every other year. So it's like I think Wolves is one of those teams that's just established as a mid-table team right now.
You know what? Yeah.
Occasionally you can go up.
Can I add a little something else? Yeah. Can we all agree on something? Because Liverpool fans like to talk about oil, like we didn't have the oil, but yet they're happy to accept 150 million for Mo Salah in the summer. They was happy to accept 20 million for Jordan Henderson or whatever it was, and they were happy to accept 40 million for Fabinho. So they've had plenty of that oil money. So technically, you lot are a bunch of hypocrites.
Oh, they're hypocrites.
Do you get it? Do you know?
Their manager.
No, I don't have a
said-
problem with oil money. I just have a problem with cooking the books.
why they're
Elevator.
hypocrites. No, the thing is,
let's wait until that's confirmed. Let's wait until that's confirmed.
Liverpool fans will try and present themselves as, we keep it classy, we do this and that. But if a guy with oil money came and invested into their club, they would jump over it. Like,
Don't you remember when the Qatar was linked?
Yes, I remember that very well.
I cut off Vader earlier. Vader, finish off your take.
Yeah, respect. Now, listen. I mean, when you got fans that have already given up on the season, I'm going to dismiss Liverpool as well. All right, because the energy's got to come from somewhere, and they don't have it. So season's done. Rams probably looking up what the fixture list may be next season. He's looking up on the future. He's done with this season. Now,
I'm looking at Arne Slot's tactics. You know what I mean?
Now, with regards to Salah,
Tactic videos.
the fan base deciding on or saying that he needs to go, I'm not mad at that. Is he on the right side of his age? No. Is he on the level where it's going to be improving? No, he's probably on the decline. I think these past 2 seasons, has he been more injured? Has he had more injuries this past 2 seasons than the previous ones? He's been at the club 6-7 years now. I hear a lot of their fans say, you know what? Klopp, man, he's too sentimental. He's too loyal to these players. He kept them way too long. Well, you don't want the club doing the same thing with Salah. It's better for him to go a year early than a year late. And if they can get the funds for him and do the moves like they did with Coutinho, take it, because there's no guarantees that Salah's going to remain at this level. Take that money, strengthen, get rid of Núñez as well, because he was a poor investment, and start anew. But if you're trying to build this with him, I think it's the wrong move.
Look who you already linked already. They're already linked to Gertrude from Feyenoord.
They're gonna get somebody. They're gonna get somebody. Listen, everyone in the chat, let me know right now. Everyone in the chat, let me know right now if you think Mo Salah will be a Liverpool player next season. I want to see yeses and nos. Let me know. But before we go on to the next topic, I seen CB rapping. I can't play it because he probably used instrumental, but you guys got to go check that out. It's hilarious. Man made a rap about losing to Arsenal. But before we talk about the Arsenal-Chelsea game and the North London derby, we'll save that for the end. Quickly, did you guys see the Rashford stuff? Rashford basically hit back at all of the critics over the season that he's been having, and he hit back at the fans abusing him online. He said enough is enough, talking about the abuse that he gets online, replying to a tweet that someone else tweeted. For a second, I thought it was a burner account, but it was actually his account. And it looks like Manchester United might have him up for sale in the summer also.
Good.
So,
I'll take him.
Good.
I'll take him too.
Good riddance. Good riddance.
Nah, you would take him. He's better than Martin.
No, but this is the problem with United. This is the problem with United. I don't want to say problem with United, but it's almost the players that they crash it on the most are like the lowest level of the problem with the squad.
We crash on everybody, G.
Problems with the team, in my opinion. And the problem with United fans as well is the criticism and how it's leveled. Is, to me, there's a thin line between abuse and criticism. Yeah, I know, because I like to distinguish. You will very rarely hear me call a player shit, because I rate everybody at that level in the Premier League, and I respect their talent level. It's like when Spurs fans are like, Dyer's shit, and I'm like, he's not shit. Like, they were like, Trippier's shit before he went to Atletico. I'm like, he's not shit. But the fans are incapable of distinguishing between black and white, shades of grey, nuance, players being out of form, knowing who's a good player in form, knowing who's a bad player out of form, knowing who's a good player in bad form, etc. They can't do it. And what we've got in social media now, and I was tweeting it before, is that you have essentially a pub tribalistic environment where people are more looking to crash it on other teams and do the tribal than actually try and learn something about football or understand why things happen. And United, with their fan base, with things like the United stand and stuff, it's tribalistic. They're in the same place that Arsenal were at with AFTV, where the most toxic views on players are generating the most likes. And it's not for me to say that this form of media isn't the future. It is. But Kaz knows that there's different ways to do it. And Kaz isn't Kaz is, you're a frank man. You'll say what you think, but there's a very big difference between you doing a whole show abusing Rashford from beginning to end, yeah, and you having a throwaway comment saying, Rashford's crap at the moment. Sell him. To me, there's a big difference between those two. And for me, I think that negativity sells, but it's important to me not fertilize that. It's not that's not my angle. But I understand that it's popular. So
I'm just gonna say, before we go to Kaz, I think everybody here would say Rashford's a quality player. Am I wrong? And would you take him at your club?
He's good.
He's good, but he's not. You can't trust him because
he's good. But I wouldn't
in one season he plays incredibly well. One season
he's better than Doku, for example. We all have players in our team that we could say he's better than.
Again, Igal, you're comparing a guy that is a baby and a guy that's an experienced footballer.
Take away his ball striking. How good is he? Right, Jay?
He's still quite skillful, though. Come on, let's not do this, man. Let's not do this. But again,
nice.
You can't rely on him, man. You can't rely on him. Like you see last season, incredible.
It's a nice one, isn't it? It's a nice one, isn't it? There.
He always does this. Go in one season, then goes out, then goes back in again, then goes back out. That's how he does. That's how he is. That's why we go and call him world class, because he's just too inconsistent on a season basis.
So, you see with his Rashford's thing is that he's very much a guy who he improves with the quality of the team in it. So if he was playing in a very good team, his level goes up. But when the team's dead, he's a reflection of how good the team is in it. That's basically what it is. So last year, Man United was good in it. They were, at least on paper, they were winning most games. So Rashford was performing in it. And even under Solskjaer, when they were like getting second or whatever, he was performing there. But then when they've had bad seasons, you've seen Rashford also fall off. So for me personally, if he's going to leave Manchester United, he needs to go somewhere which is a stable, established, competitive club where they're already at a top level, so that
PSG.
If he goes PSG, that's going to be solid for him.
PSG isn't stable, man. PSG are a mess.
I kind of want to move past this quite quickly, so let Kaz say his thing. Unless
he'd be lucky to get in that PSG team, though. No, wouldn't he? Barcola, with all they've got some nice players.
Nah, I think
Mbappe leaves.
playing for
It's sad.
Mbappe
PSG.
leaving, he will take his place easily.
Yeah,
Do you want my-
that's-
you want
to
my-
be
do
fair,
you want
that's-
Kaz, you got to take on this, obviously. You're a United fan.
Yeah. So when we call a player shit, we mean at the top level of what they're rated at. So when I say
Yeah.
Rashford he's obviously a quality baller, but for what we call
Yeah.
shit, he's not good enough for Man United levels. He's good enough for Tottenham levels and stuff like that. Yeah, great, but not Man United institution. Let me tell you for free, yeah. These what I call a transitional player. Transitional players are net negative players because guess what? They work mainly for themselves and benefit the transition. And when it comes to overall basis of the team, it's net negative. You give away the ball too much. You don't even beat your man. The fact is, he's a product of a poor Man United institution of not developing a player of talent properly. And that's what you have to acknowledge. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be the face of a big club and you're going to accept that big pay packet, then that's down to you to avoid everything else that comes surrounding it. Since the dawn of day, don't matter what you are, king, queen, or in a high position, bro, you get flogged back in the day. You get stoned. So it's just form that it's come onto the internet and it's just words. Then come off your phone. What are you doing on your phone? Get rid of it. Get rid of social media. Then if you want to focus on your football, don't go on your phone. That means you're distracted. So if you're watching, abuse is abuse. No one agrees with abuse. No one likes getting abused. Sometimes you might read it, but you learn to ignore it. But big money equals big responsibility. And if you can't provide the big responsibility, why, you know what the maddest thing? If he was an English or a product of Man United and he was just like a guy that was from abroad and the exact same age and not given enough, yeah, any name you want, trust me, no one gives a shit. But because you got great PR and you're from England, why does he get protected? Why are you any more human than anybody else? Like Harry Maguire. Like, I'm not being funny. Look at how Harry Maguire dealt with things in the end. And to be fair, you have to commend him for it because I was part of that crew, bro. I was, yeah.
I remember, Kaz, we were having conversations at the time, and I was saying that he's not quite as bad as everyone was making out. And you were like, nice. And I do still think he's an issue, like as in like the way United play, he's too exposed, and his quality isn't enough to mitigate it. But I also think it's Ten Hag's system exposing him over, but he's done amazing to basically turn it around from where he was, and he did it with no support. It's not like the fan base helped him get back to where he was. And my thing is that fair weather fans are exactly that. Fair weather. They're the same fans who, when a player wants to leave, they're the first to say, where's the loyalty? Fuck him. But they're also the same fans that when a player has a small downturn in form, they're like, I see that if Haaland can get it, if Son can get it, if any top players have top levels of analysis, hyper analysis in the game. And Kaz is right. A lot of fans is tongue in cheek. It's not, you don't really mean it, but there's certain accounts.
He's right though, man. No, I don't care. You know, he's right. Enough is enough. Go, get gone. Get out of Manchester.
That's
then.
not what he meant.
He's leaving in the summer.
I'm
gonna be real. He's not going nowhere, man. That guy ain't got. They ain't got no. No one's paying them monies, them peas. He ain't got no.
He's gonna have to take a pay reduction. But before we go,
if it's England,
I like that he clapped back at the fans. So I like that he clapped back.
If it's England, best know if Havertz went for 65 million on a contract that he did, like what final couple years or something. Rashford on a 4-year deal. Your starting bid best be 90 million if you're in an English club, because that's how you have to measure it. The guy's night and day better than Havertz. So if you Arsenal want him, best know you're forking up 90 million.
I personally, I don't know why the whole fan base is going crazy over the potential of signing him. The Mikel Arteta juice that he has, or something that he's been doing lately to players, is mad. So I think that's really blinding people, but we shouldn't be getting all excited about it.
Femi couldn't do that.
Anyways, Kaz, you don't have any hopes of getting top 4 this season, so there's nothing to really play for this weekend.
Nah, well, it can be because you look at Tottenham's fixtures and even Villa's. To be fair, any blip can happen, but realistically, no, because they kind of just need like a point. Let's be real. It's based off false hope, really. It's just if we're being real.
Fair enough. Let's get on to Man City, and we got to talk about Vader's boy, bro. Guys, player of the season. If Man City win the league right now, who gets player of the season?
Foden.
Probably Foden. Maybe Rodri, but probably Foden.
It's still Foden at this moment in time, favorite to win the player of the season.
Yeah,
definitely. But
Vader,
should
take your lap, because you've been talking about him all season, saying everyone else is talking about all these players. Foden should be getting the credit, and I think there's even been times where people have been downplaying it. For example, myself. So
Arsenal fans, say it, Gal. You man are jealous.
Listen,
Yeah,
I don't know why you're dick
I
riding.
can say it
You
for
know,
you, Vader.
this is
Wait, I
so
can say it for you, bro.
This is
Tag me in.
you
Tag
Liverpool
me in,
fans.
bro.
You Liverpool fans absolutely dick ride City as if it's your player.
Wait,
You
Gal,
are dick riding City
Wow.
players.
Gal,
And let
Wow.
him, let him gas up his own player.
in what sense have I backed Foden? I just want to cuss you out, bro. I want
Bro,
to cuss your whole
no.
fan base
In
out.
one second,
No,
one
do you
second.
know what it
Where's
is?
it? Brother Abs, did I
One
mention
second.
anything
You
about how
cannot
good
tell
Foden
me-
is, or did I
You
cuss
cannot
out
tell me.
Arsenal?
No,
You
you
cannot
didn't.
sit here and tell
No,
me
you didn't.
that there isn't a large portion of the Liverpool fan base that move like cocks when it comes to City's criticism.
No, but that's
No,
not Igal.
but
Igal,
Igal, I'm
listen.
not talking about that. I'm
Igal,
talking about how the
Igal.
fact that your fan base is delusional, bro. That's it.
No, Igal, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
Fair enough.
Yes, they are, but Ram didn't do any of that. Those Liverpool fans who do whatever you was talking about, pause, through Man City, that's different, isn't it? Factually, though, Arsenal fans for the last, I want to say 2.5 years, have been coming off you trying to slightly force this. Saka might be a bit better. Oh no, Saka's actually is better. Oh no, Saka's the best youngster in the league. Oh no, Saka's the best English player around other than Harry Kane. Foden is head and shoulders. Listen, there's 3 top talents if you exclude Harry Kane and them. Jude Bellingham, Phill Foden, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. They're the 3 top talents in England. Respectfully, Saka's not on that table again. I'm sorry to say it.
Respectfully, Saka for England. Saka for England performs better than Foden and Trent. But yeah,
Exactly.
But he's
Vader,
not.
you
But
re- Vader, you ready?
is that because of the player or
Vader's on
because
the
of the
phone.
system?
Nah. Come on, guys. Let's not do this. Yeah. Let's be fair.
Nah,
Foden's
I
having
agree
an
with that.
outstanding
I
season.
agree.
Saka has literally been England, like Bar Kane, he's England's. He's the one in the World Cup who was shining. The one in the Euros who was shining. The one who got his
Trent
shirt
was
and
injured in
became a
both.
mainstay.
Trent was injured in both.
Listen, let's be fair. Foden is probably having a better season. But that still doesn't stop the fact that Saka is still the top goal scorer and assister in the most productive attack in the Premier League. That is a statement of fact. Yeah,
So maybe that's why we don't win anything then, because Saka's our best player.
listen. Listen. I'm a Spurs fan, and I'm saying this. I just want to be fair. You've got Palmer, you've got Foden, you've got Saka. This is the point I was trying to make. There's a difference between a good player in very good form and a very good player in good form.
Let's
And
not
it's
do
hard
this. No, I know
and
where
it's-
you're
no,
going,
and
Jay.
My point is, it's hard to tell the difference. Yeah, it is very hard to tell the difference. So it's very easy to be like Foden, Palmer. Now, Palmer has way lower expectations than other people. He's playing for a team in 10th. Yeah, nobody's sitting deep against Chelsea. No one's doing low block against Chelsea. They're just
True.
well, okay. I'm being disingenuous, but teams are just playing Chelsea. They're just playing them. Do you know what I mean? There's no doubling up on Palmer. Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying Palmer next season, if he's leading your team in the champion into top 4 or top 5, you're going to start seeing different kinds of things. You're going to start seeing people set systems up against him. So the thing that I'm looking at here is Saka for England has been excellent, no doubts. He's been better than Foden comfortably for England. Yeah, comfortably. Foden's been better than Saka in the league this season. He's shown that he's ready. He's shown that he's ready to be a difference maker and stuff. But that just means that he's had a better season than Saka. Last season, Saka had a better season than Foden. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's just it is what it is. Like
But Jay, how long has Foden been doing it for? At the highest level.
I would only say
because I'm talking about the high quality left-footed right wingers that England have got. So what I'm saying is the 3 of these players they're constantly gonna be compared. We're not even talking about people like Michael Elise and stuff like that. Because they're seen as a rung below now.
No, but Jay, we're talking about the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. When I heard Abs mention the 3 players, we're not talking about no bombs. We're talking about
that's exactly
the greatest talents.
even being the bottom of those three is still a very high bar
One
of
second.
player.
Yeah, but that's not what Abs. That's Abs never said he was a bum, but he's just not on that level.
Okay,
No, but
so
here's the thing. No, because the thing is, listen, what I was trying to say was I didn't even mention Saka and Palmer in that bracket. The bracket, there's 3 English players who, for me, of this next gen, if you want to call it that, excluding Harry Kane because he's closer to 30, who, for my opinion, stand out amongst everyone. Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, and Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I don't know why you keep
everyone
mentioning
else
Trent.
sits at least a level below them. And
Why not Trent? No. Abs. Well, hang on a minute. Why can't we put Trent in that conversation, nigga?
Because he hasn't played for the national team.
Oh no, man, no.
But you just completely
Who's got more
disregarded
works
what
than
his.
Trent? No, seriously. Which guy in his age group from England has more works than Trent overall? Please tell me.
No. Trent's won a lot of trophies, no question about it. And if you're
No,
saying
it's not
he's
just
elite
trophies.
at his position,
Individually, who's got more work?
he's
The guy
elite at
broke
his
the whole
position.
assist record twice.
Guys, I
Arguably,
feel
he
like
has the most clutch moments.
we've gone so
for
far off
any
topic.
out of all those two
We've
players.
gone so far off topic.
Arguably.
We've gone so far off topic. I was gonna wait for Vader to jump on this, but we'll just come back to this topic in a bit. Let's go quickly to the Chelsea Arsenal game and talk about the North London derby in a second, and then we'll come back, finish off with. Oh, Vader's actually here. Vader, we were literally about to get away from the City talk.
No,
Do you have anything to say on Foden before we move on?
It's funny because all you guys want to go back and forth on my player, my man Phill Foden, and with regards to this season in particular, because I know you don't look at my team the way I do. I've had this season. You guys been telling me I've been bummy. You guys been telling me that this is either Liverpool or Arsenal's title to win, and I'm still in the mix. And I'm in the mix because Foden has done a phenomenal job all season long. When I had no Haaland for 2 months, when I had no KDB for 5 months. And you guys, I know you guys get tired. You always want to dismiss Professor Hamza when he reminds you that Gundogan's been gone. All right? This midfield's different. And you guys kept reminding me on how poor my summer signings were. You told me Nunez, Kovacic, why'd you waste money on that? So Phill Foden, has been the guy consistently this season. If there's anyone that's going to get the award, if there's anyone that's going to be recognized as being that guy, played at a level that everyone's kind of been asking for, it's been Phill Foden. And he deserves, my sharpshooter, my sniper, deserves this award this season. He's been that good. We win this title, it should be his. It should be his.
You think you win this weekend?
Forest, 3-day turnaround since playing against Brighton.
Oh.
What are you awing about, Ram? What are you awing about?
Do not give me that.
I didn't even say a word yet, and you're like, oh.
We all know when City plays well is when they play like 3 games in a week. Let's not do this.
I'm saying.
So you're saying they're going to drop points to Forest?
I'm saying Forest has been tough for some of you guys. Let's be honest. Come on, guys. Forest has been a tough. They've been a tough. Yeah. So
for me,
I'm expecting City to win this game, but I don't think it's going to be a demolish. I don't think it's going to be a destruction. I don't think it's going to be movements like what Arsenal is doing in terms of stacking up goals. I think we probably win this. Well, I'm gonna say a comfortable 2-1.
You did a video earlier today explaining why you need to do the 4-peat, but do you believe you will do the 4-peat?
I need to do the 4-peat for the betterment of world football, English football in particular.
No one cares about you doing the 4-peat. It doesn't benefit anybody but your City.
No, it benefits the world. Listen, Kaz is going to have to stay on mute if I get a 4-peat. If I get a 4-peat, Kaz is not reminding any of you of his treble or 3-peat anymore.
You know what?
Yeah, and then think about it.
Wait.
Once they get charged, none of that all counts. So then we move on.
Here we go. For the record, Ram, all of the charges.
He's saying the 4-peat benefits world football because it will erase Manchester United as being like that historic.
Yeah, all you guys can throw City's 4-peat in front of their faces to keep them quiet. Jay knows this. Ram knows this. Everybody. And listen, I know you've been missing for a while, my Chelsea man, but everybody don't want Arsenal to win this because you know this. You talk way too much, and you talk before you've even won. So imagine when you do win, for everybody in London to walk the streets comfortably, got no problems, not getting irritated when you see red. City need to win this 4-peat.
You want to know something though? If Arsenal win the league, we'll stop knife crime in London for a couple of days.
For a
So
couple
what's more
days, this man
What do you
said.
mean, bro? You be
Yeah.
stop
The
it.
the
Stop
only
it. There'll be a jump. There'll be a jump in stats.
No, do
Stop
you know
it.
the only thing
Anyways,
the only good thing that'll come out of Arsenal winning the league is when the parade comes on, there'll be a lot of talent on display. If you know, you know.
Nah, I'll say that there's better talent in Tottenham.
Yo, you guys heard it here first.
Listen,
Abs is gonna be at the Arsenal parade.
no, I'm not, bro. If Arsenal win the league, bro, I'm deleting all socials. I'm flying away to wherever I can go and just staying there in it, waiting until next season, and then what's it called? Then pretending
Hey,
to
Okay,
see-
you should
see-
already do that off the back of us slapping you guys 5-0. So let's talk about that
Jay,
Chelsea
Yikes.
game.
Jay, would you agree?
Yikes.
Would you agree there's better talent in Tottenham than there is in Arsenal?
Can I start? Can I start by saying
Maybe. I don't.
one second, Abs, were you one of those people who was cussing Kai Havertz, making fun of Kai Havertz, saying he's Kai Shy Havertz, shit Havertz?
Not really,
Chelsea,
because
Random
Because-
things
No,
happening
not
today right now.
really, because there's one thing you have to understand about me, innit? When a player leaves my club, he becomes an afterthought. I don't care about him anymore. I don't care. Ideally, he doesn't do well. Especially
You
if
did
it's-
that to Lampard. Did you do that to Lampard?
I didn't boo Lampard though.
Oh,
Why
okay.
would I cuss Frank? Frank is my goal. Why would I do that?
I'm just
But
saying
listen,
he came and played for City. I'm just asking
no, the
whether
thing
you
is,
did
like,
this.
even and the thing, listen, with Havertz, right? Obviously, I don't want him to do well at Arsenal, but at the same time, if he does well, doesn't do well, as long as they don't win nothing, it doesn't really mean much to me. Unfortunately, he scored and did the celebration, which left a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
But
that was rude.
I
That was rude.
personally love that. I think it's great that he sells.
No, but you know what it is? Because the things with Havertz is listen, obviously it got to a point where he probably had to go, but I was a Havertz defender when he was at Chelsea, innit?
Mm.
And obviously it sucked seeing him do what he did against us. Because everyone knows me, everyone knows how I feel about Arsenal.
That celebration was rude.
Can I
though.
stop you guys for a second? You guys
go
know
on.
Ches didn't make it today, but luckily there's something called TikTok, and he has one. So here we go.
Hmm.
Really embarrassing for my club. Rubbish. Every single one of them, sack them all. Midfield, defense, attack, managers, SDs, everyone. What have I just witnessed at the Emirates? What am I watching? It's crap. No mentality, no desire, no passion. Nothing is available. Arsenal didn't even play that great. We handed them 5 goals. I've named us now Charity FC. That's this Chelsea club's name is now called Charity FC. All we do is we take from the rich, we give to the poor. We have money. Burnley, go on, have a nice goal. Sheffield, grab a 2-2. Why? Score a flipping brace. Before today's game, he never scored a brace. Look at this. Before today's game, he never scored a brace. Oh, all of a sudden, brace. All of a sudden.
Yeah. No, but he's
Ches
no,
was streaming, was pissed. But yeah, guys,
but do you know what it is? I was vexed when it happened as well, but at the same time, it's almost like I was really upset because it's Arsenal and because I really don't like Arsenal in it, and I just want to beat Arsenal. Pause. Whenever I get to play them in it. However, in general, if, for example, if Man City slapped me 5-0, I'd look on it and be like, you know what? It's expected, isn't it? Now replace them with replace the Arsenal badge with any other Man City. I wouldn't say Spurs, but let's just say Newcastle, for example.
Spurs beat you 6-1. No, it was Man United. Sorry.
Man United never beat us 6-1, bro.
No, we beat. Doesn't matter. Go on, man.
All right. No, the thing is, the point is, the only reason why it hurt more was because it's Arsenal. Arsenal, my rivals, in it. That's why it hurt more. But in general, this is basically a rinse and repeat of the same thing we've been seeing all season. And unfortunately, I've warned everyone, and I said this at the end of last season because I remember it was me, you, Rom, Staffy. We was all sat on a stream, and I told you that I do not trust this club or the guys who are in charge of my club to build something that's substantial and see some improvement. And you want to know how you know this? Because this time last year, we went to the Emirates and we got smoked 3-1, and we were basically down to our last legs, innit? Now, we were rubbish that day. Terrible in every single department. Rewind a year later. What's changed?
It's gotten worse.
Yeah, it's gotten worse in that sense. What's changed? We're a bit higher up in the table, but really and truly, what has changed? It's not in the Champions League. We've not exactly closed the gap on the top 4. Obviously, we were never going to challenge for the title this season, so I'm not even deluded enough to think that. But we've not shown substantial enough improvement, and that comes down to loads of different people. It comes down to the players, because a lot of these players just aren't levels. Then they're not good. Like, a lot of guys say, "Oh, they're young, they're young." For me, if you're good enough, you're old enough, innit? And clearly, a lot of them just aren't good enough. I don't even want to get into names, but they know who they are, innit? Huh?
Madueke, for example.
Madueke, not only is he not good enough, he's also not serious. Did you not see what happened after we lost to City in the FA Cup?
Everyone's seen it, bro.
Crying, and my man's lot. For me, first offer that comes in, even if it's for a packet of digestives, get rid of him. That's my thought. Yeah. And yeah.
Let me go to Vader. Vader, you seen Arsenal beat Chelsea that badly. What were you thinking?
Egal, you know this, man. I've been talking about the Pride of London for a minute now. And if you're gonna represent yourselves, or you're gonna speak of yourselves as being the Pride of London, that performances like that can't happen. You can't keep holding on to, you got 2 UCLs, that's why you're the Pride of London. Nah, the Pride of London, you represent every time. You represent against the other London teams. Egal and Arsenal not only won, but embarrassed you guys. And I see what Ches is saying, get everybody out, but it's not get everybody out. Everybody's not the problem. You got to point out who's bad and who's good. And that's what I don't like about some of you when you talk about your club. Point out exactly who's good, who's bad. Point out what needs to change, what needs to remain. It's not about clear house. Now, that result, if Arsenal do win this league, blame yourselves, Chelsea. You guys had a point to take points off them. You could have reduced this opportunity that they had. Absolutely disgusting in terms of what you did. Now, if you guys go another season, double-digit ranked standings,
no, we won't. We'll finish in the top 10. We'll finish the top 10. We just won't, what's it called? But it won't be much different, because for me, anything below...
Bro, I think you're being too kind. I think you're being too kind to Chelsea. Giving them a speech on why they should be better.
No, because the thing is, I actually think that Vader would be as annoyed as me, because he'd be thinking, we thought you could do us a little favor here and there.
No, I wasn't looking for any favors from you guys. What? No. No. I've realized early, because I've seen you guys play your lights out against me. 2 draws against you guys, and I won 1-0. You guys, for some reason, play like it's the UCL against me, and then you guys turn over against everybody else. So I was not expecting any favors versus Arsenal, but I did not expect that type of. And again, that happened because of the second half. It's not like it was a consistent 90 minutes. You guys in the 45 minutes. In the world. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Guys, what are you saying about Chelsea, man? I know.
They're finished.
Talk to me. What can they do to fix it?
Let's be honest. They had 20 years of Roman sugar daddy, and now they're going back to the phase of what they really were, which was a decent top side. So the thing is, they're in a peak situation, in my opinion. Like, they have one more season of this, or like of being below the bottom 6, even, let alone the European place. No one's gonna want to go to Chelsea as much. It starts decreasing more and more and more, and then your scouting has to become even better. And it's long from there. They can always afford wages. They can always do stuff and whatnot. And that's going to be the thing. Like, you think the likes of Cole Palmer is going to want to stay at a club that's not got another season of European football? Guess again, someone will buy him, and you will have to accept at some point. It's a scary place for Chelsea right now. They really got to get the recruitment right. Otherwise, it's peak, and they know it. It's actually really. Nah, you lot are good, man. You lot are in a good place. You still got a young squad. Then no one's going to get sold. None of your big players are going to get sold. You're only going to get improved on player quality. So that's your time. But with Chelsea, it's like no one rates them right now. But the thing is, they got their players are just not that good. I believe their players are good. I just think it's just so imbalanced. It can change on its head. I say it can't get any worse, but it really can, man. It really can. But
no, it can. No, but the thing is, Cass, you know what it is? The problem is, this is what really annoyed me, innit? there was a lot of Chelsea fans who were really supportive of this ownership. I'm not going to name names, but you know who they are. I'm not going to listen. Clear Lake, Todd, Igbali, all these guys. I was one of the very first people to start calling them out on their BS and saying, listen, these guys cannot be trusted. But all they did was say, Abramovich. Now look, did we ever finish 12th to 8th under Abramovich? And that's not saying Abramovich is perfect, but come on now. Come on, be for real. Now you've spent £1 billion. There's no player there who's world class. You went to Spurs and hired an ex-Spurs manager, something that has never been done since fucking the early 90s. Do you not see the issues here? This is why I don't care anymore. Genuinely, because the thing is, I don't trust the guys upstairs. For me, they're crooks. They're all crooks. And until they leave, we're not making out of the hood. It's not happening.
Jay, talk to me. Chelsea, what do you think?
It's not quite as bad. What's again?
Do you think they're finished? If they continue like this, do you think they'll finish as a top?
No, because you're never that finished as a top 6 club. It only really takes 1 year of good decisions to get back to a good position. Chelsea have a lot of good pieces, and then to me, they have had a lot of injuries, a lot of injuries to a lot of players. So whilst you can always criticize, when I look at the players sometimes, I think that, and I made the point about Caicedo and stuff, you buy a player like Caicedo from a highly systemized manager from De Zerbi. So you're seeing him at his best almost because he's playing in the system. Compare that to, say, Arsenal signing Rice. West Ham have less of a system than Arsenal. Do you see what I mean? So you put him in a system, you're going to see him shine. You take Caicedo out of a system, you take Enzo out of a proper system. They're young players. They make bad mistakes in games. They give up quite easily. All of these factors are important when factoring in and judging aside. And I think they're very capable of making a big jump next season with or without Poch. I really don't think as a top 6 side you're ever that far away. You sign 2 or 3 good players that can go into the team and add value straight away. In addition to the team that's been playing predominantly over the last couple of months, they've got a good to very good side there. So agenda aside, next season, whether they have Poch or not, they have to improve. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm just going to the point of they have to improve. It's just impossible for them to. It's not impossible because this could be.
Yeah, they made some awful decisions, man. Player quality, one of them. Let Maatsen go when he's.
Apparently today they came out and said that they're done with the under 25.
It's not about the under 25. It's about the quality of player on the play.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you could add 3 under 25 players that are already top quality. Like, it can happen, and you're already a better side. It's just about the quality. Like, the front line lacks quality, bar Palmer.
No, but I'll give you an example, right? So for all this money that they decided to spend, basically the GDP of South Sudan, furthermore, that they decided to spend on a bunch of, guys from South America, Brazil, Colombia, Bolivia, wherever, who have nothing to show, have no real evidence of any sort of talent. They could have got someone in the 25 who was levels. Like, I don't know, let's say a Declan Rice. Declan Rice wanted Chelsea for years. And this club decided, nah, no need. There's so many other guys we could have bought, but we've invested wrong. I don't want to talk too much about managers because man keeps saying system, but I'm sorry, I can't hear that.
He's washed.
I agree.
Pochettino's washed, bro. He's a dinosaur.
No, but I agree. Pochettino's not the only problem.
No. But the thing is, even if Poch is washed, and by the way, I've never been a Poch fan like that. I never wanted Poch. He was never my first choice. However, these issues supersede Poch because I don't rate this team to go get me into the Champions League next season if you just switch out Poch for a better.
You're not even ready for Europa League.
No. Igao. I promise you. Let's say you give this team to Pep tomorrow, innit? Pep's the best manager in world football, innit? Let's say he can maximize a team to the max level they can get to. The maximum he's getting this current Chelsea team to is 5th.
But
He
you
is
want to know
not-
something? This Chelsea team needs a proper medical staff. Like, what the hell's going on with your medical team? You guys are not run well as a football club. That's why you guys have so many
No, I
injuries.
know, I know we're a mess from top to bottom, Miguel. But this is why I said, for me, it just won't get any better. Like next season, expect to see the exact same shit. It will probably, maybe get slightly better, but
Do
not
you
too
guys
much.
expect them to beat Aston Villa this weekend?
Who's this?
Hell no.
Not without
Chelsea,
Enzo. I can't lie. Enzo bossed their midfield last time, and I expected that to happen again. To be honest, I think.
Enzo's injured.
But
Yeah,
Enzo, Enzo's not that guy. We need the quicker people, regardless of his hernia or not. I don't give a fuck.
Nah.
Like people need to realize their best midfield doesn't contain Enzo. It contains Lavia and Caicedo.
I have to push back a little bit. Like the guys, if the guy's been playing injured for 6 months, yeah. Like
What about no, stop there, stop right there. What about the whole of 2023 when he was here? Still shit.
I saw good moments under Potter with Enzo. He had good moments. He had like watching him play. He played like, I'm putting my agenda aside because realistically, what I say often about Enzo and my normal point is, you could have got Yuri Tillemans for free, and he would have given you exactly the same as what you
exactly the same thing.
Yeah. So that's my part because of what you're getting from him. So to me, he's a bit like Pogba, yeah. In terms of when you sign a player for that amount of money, you expect them to be able to attack, to defend, and the perception of how they play often, yeah, is always a little bit skewed because you expect so much from them. But you're also right in that he hasn't performed to the levels that we saw at the World Cup or in the Champions League for Benfica before he arrived. So the question there is he not as good? Is he playing injured? Is it the system?
It is the system.
Or a bit of everything. Personally,
Yeah,
for me, if Pochettino sacked tomorrow, they start a new project again in the summer and they start from scratch. Their recruitment strategy, they don't have a strategy. Every time that they seem like they have a strategy, they pivot. They're not concrete and strong in their opinion on their strategy.
It's just a
And
shit
also,
strategy.
and also, I don't want to spend too much more time on them because I don't think anyone is predicting them to beat Aston Villa.
Yeah, but to be fair with Enzo though, on the last part with it, it's just Enzo. What did Enzo have in front of him in the World Cup? Runners. Caicedo's not a runner. He had Rodrigo de Paul. Yeah, he had McAllister. McAllister's a runner as well. I didn't believe so, but he is. The guy can press and get forward very quickly, very nicely. In a Prem though, I don't think that works. Obviously, a Rodrigo. That's why Conor Gallagher's paired with him all the time. You need proper box-to-box midfielders next to him. Caicedo's not your proper box-to-box. He's like a Manu, like 6.5 kind of player /8 maybe. I don't think he's really that's what you need. But that's down to recruitment. After you got him, you should have seen I needed 2 strong runners. They should have went for Declan Rice maybe. Oh my word, put him with some legs. That's legs in front of him. I don't know. I'm not their recruitment. Go find it. It's not hard.
Yo, Vader, you got anything to say on Chelsea before we move on to the Arsenal Tottenham game?
I mean, Derek Ten Hag, man, he said it early. He said it early.
Fabrizio confirmed it's done. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Arne Slot to Liverpool is done apparently.
Oh, that's big. We'll have to speak on that. But listen, it's an era thing. It's an era. It's cycles. It's Chelsea's time to be bottom of the barrel, unfortunately. And whether the fan base can live through it, we'll have to wait and see.
He said, "Here we go."
Wow. Where's Ram? Where's Rax? We need a Liverpool representative.
This is mental. Listen, I don't know enough about this guy to say he's going to be a failure or a success. All I know is Liverpool need a lot of work, and this is not a manager that breeds confidence in me yet. I need to see how he does.
I don't know why you bring in a phase manager when you're not in a phase. You got good quality squad. You just need to prove it. I don't know, man. But you know what? Trust in Michael Edwards, isn't it? Since he's such the god of fucking transfer markets somehow, just because he got a few right. He's the god of it. Of course he is. Anyways.
Let's see how his communication is. Because like one thing about Klopp, you could always say even though late in his time, his press conferences kind of got weird. early in his time, he breathed confidence into you by his press conferences and how he communicated his vision and everything. If this guy comes in and he's similar to Ten Hag, and immediately you notice that he's not able to be charismatic and not being able to get his vision across through his interviews, I don't know how he's going to do on the pitch. Because even Ange Postecoglou, first thing I noticed about him, he was very charismatic and he knew how to get his vision across by speaking about it and telling you what he wanted, and he started to do it. So I view communication and how you communicate yourself is a big thing in management. And if I can't see that early from him, it's going to be a problem.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
We'll see. Liverpool's in a transition. They're no longer competing for the title next season, in my opinion, especially with the new managerial signings and everything happening behind the scenes. I'm not saying they're a complete mess as a football club. I'm just saying they're going to take a step back from the title race next season. But yeah,
that's it. Because that's how it works. Whenever a top manager leaves, especially one who's been there for a minute, you will naturally, and you've been at a very high level, you will naturally feel a bit of a decline. That doesn't mean that Arne Slot is a bad gaffer, because I don't think he's a bad coach. But obviously, he just makes it cool. You need to season to get his ideas across, innit?
Yeah, true. All right, let's get into the North London derby, ladies and gentlemen. We got to talk about this North London derby, and I think I'll start with Jay. Jay, how you feeling? Quick little synopsis of how you feeling heading into the North London derby. Do you think you can stop Arsenal from trying to win this league?
I mean, we know the mission. Like we know the mission. Like it's one of those where.
Can you tell us what the mission is, Jay? Can you tell us what the mission is?
The mission is, we're going to win this game. You know, that's the mission. You know, I think it's important that you definitely don't lose this game. Do you see what I mean? As in, like, that's imperative. You cannot lose this game. It's impossible to lose this game. That's just not possible. So obviously you need to go to win it. So you look at it, it's a derby, you know, form to an extent, you know, it's not important. It's a derby. We've had 2 weeks off. I expect us to be fitter than them. I expect us to be able to outrun them. I expect this game ideally to be won between the 70th and 90th minute. Like, so it's, do not lose this game before that time period, because you can definitively win it after that time. But you don't want to be 2-0 down or something like that. People are like, well, if you concede the first goal, I'm okay. Like, as in, I expect in a game like this, you're going to be under pressure from Arsenal in periods of time. Arsenal will have at least 20 to 30 minutes in the game when they're going to be in control, and you're going to be defending, and they're going to be pressing you, and they're going to be trying to take the impetus. So to me, I'm going into the game knowing that. So when the team need to know that too. And the games that Spurs have lost this season, like when they've lost to Newcastle, when they've lost to Fulham, when they've had pressure, they've not been able to hold out. When the other teams press them a little bit and stuff like that, they've wilted. So it's very important in this game, like when we went to Arsenal and they started on fire in that first 20, 25 minutes, we held firm. Do you know what I mean? It was a deflected goal that got them in front. It was a penalty that got them back in front. And we went behind twice and we came back twice. So the question is, am I expecting too much from them? No, I'm expecting them to know what time it is. They know, you know what's at stake. So it's not me expecting too much. It's I expect you to honor the shirt and honor the situation. You can't dictate the situation, but the situation is what it is. Arsenal are going through the league. You still have top four. You know that if Arsenal beat you, that is a huge step for them, because you still have to play their rival. And it's very important then. You will double. The impact is you double the importance of the City game. So now if you lose to Arsenal, you really, really, really need to beat City. Do you know what I mean? And that's going to help Arsenal further. So it's integral that Spurs play this game, high intensity, high in pressure, minimal mistakes, take your chances. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it. Just give me a game of minimal mistakes. Yeah, minimal mistakes, high match Arsenal's intensity, make no mistakes, you win this game. Like, I watching them against Bayern, watching them against Villa. If you do that for me, lads, you will win this game. Yeah.
Jay, do you think there's any chance that your manager know that only a win is needed by Arsenal? Like a draw is not acceptable for them. Do you think there's a way that he can use that to his advantage, maybe knowing that Arsenal are going to have to come out and attack, maybe frustrate Arsenal?
I think that like playing more of a mid block would be good potentially. But it's also from the point of view of as the home side, I'm interested in whether on the flip side, I'd flip that question and push it back to you and say, is Arteta gonna come and adapt how he plays, knowing how other teams have had success against us, or is he gonna come and try and go toe to toe? Yeah. And is he going to take and win this game? There is going to be times in this game where it's going to be like a basketball game. Yeah. And it's going to be end to end and stuff like that. And it's going to be like, is he going to try and slow this game down? Or is he going to go with it? Is he going to be like, we're better than you. We can outscore you. We can out transition you. We can defend your transitions. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, I'm curious what they do as well.
You know, I don't see it, Gal, man. I don't see it as well, Jay. I think you're trying to convince yourself more than anything. Right as we speak, which is cute because I do that to myself too when I'm trying to convince myself or something. And yeah, reality is, you know, Arsenal have conceded only like 6 goals in 2024. So I don't expect it to be a higher scoring game from your end. Maybe a goal max. You know, missing that left back and having Ben Davies or Chicken Royale there doesn't bode well, in my opinion. But then again, it's not that they're unknown to have good games either. They can be really solid. At the same time, it's just that your manager likes to hook off your midfield all the time, and that's when I think things will get sticky. Hook them off every single game around the 60th minute. Madison, Bissouma, and Bentancur all get hooked, and you've got another midweek game to think about. So I expect them to also get hooked. You know, in preparation for Thursday games because you got another game on Sunday or something like that. So, and I think that's against who's that against? I can't remember who that's against. Burnley or something. Yeah, that's after that. So if you're gonna hook off that midfield,
I think it's City next week. Burnley.
I think anyways, I think the quality of Arsenal is going to be too much in the end. Do I think it's going to be a scrappy game end to end? Yeah, I do. All North London derbies are end to end, man. Let's be real. Form's out the window. Who wants it more is the question. That's the only thing I can think about. What's really saving grace for Tottenham? Do they want it more than Arsenal? How much do they want it to stop Arsenal? Is the crowd going to be dead? Because if the crowd gets dead, the team's dead. So that's just where I view it.
They always get up for those games. No debate.
Always.
I always see them.
No matter how shit their team is, no matter how crap their team is.
No, the thing is, Spurs, what's it called? Spurs, when it comes to North London derby, especially at White Hart Lane, they take them very seriously, innit? They take those games very, very seriously. So, listen, I hope and pray that Tottenham beat Arsenal, beat them a convincing 2-3-0, something like that, for the greater good of football, so that Manchester City can win this league and we can all have a calm summer. But that's just me thinking in my heart. My head tells me that, unfortunately, I think Arsenal might sneak it.
Yeah, when you think about it, like how many goals have I think Tottenham scored a few goals at their ground against Nottingham Forest, so their home form's not technically bad.
1/6 of the last
This
7.
is a good question. In your opinion, what's the harder game? Tottenham away or Man United away?
United
right
away.
Now, I would say right now Tottenham.
For who? For Arsenal or in general? Because in general, Arsenal, it's Tottenham away. For Arsenal, it's Man United away. Easy.
What?
No, for Arsenal, last year we beat Man United recently. We beat Tottenham recently.
No,
History tells you both are difficult. But at this moment in time, I would say Tottenham because Manchester United are just not as organized.
No,
don't matter. Still turn up for you, mate.
I hear you, but the thing is, there's this one thing, and this is what.
But you know what? Similar to how they're gonna roll over for City, you guys are gonna probably roll over for Arsenal on the second last game.
I don't think we roll over for City. By the way, I think we turn up against City.
I hope we play academy prospects against you, like in a few positions, like I don't know, Shea Lacey. I hope
left back.
That new kid Ethan Wheatley, like Armas. Like, I hope we play a few of them. I want you to win. I don't mind if you win 1-0, 2-1. You know, let you win. Like, it is what it is. As long as you win the league, I couldn't give a shit. Couldn't give a toss about tribalism. Go fucking get your planes and all that bollocks. Because guess what? I'll be eating.
United will have a fully fit squad when they face us. That's true. That's true.
Listen, Man United regularly turn up against Arsenal, especially at OT. At Emirates, not so much, but Old Trafford, there's a judge there. Arsenal don't travel well to Old Trafford, innit? That's why I think for Arsenal, it's a harder match when they go to Old Trafford as opposed to when they go to Tottenham away.
Enough about that question. Do me a favor, everyone in the chat, hit that like button right now before I give my prediction. But Jay, you've gone with a scrapey 2-1 victory.
I mean, I'm 50-50. I mean, like my head does say 2-2, but my heart has to go 2-1 Tottenham. It has to. It has to.
Okay. Kaz, what's your score prediction?
3-1 Arsenal.
Ooh. What are you saying? What are you saying, Abs?
Unfortunately, 2-0 Arsenal.
And Vader, work us through what you're saying before I give my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. The reason why I posed that question to Jay is because Arsenal have to play for a win. It's not just they can't do what they did when they came to the Etihad and it's like, you know what? Arteta was like, I'm gonna leave here with a draw. It's calm. He's got to play for a win. If your manager, if the players make it difficult, defensively resolute, drag that game on, force Arsenal to maybe have to express themselves a little more because they love being reserved, being comfortable, play with only the attackers, keep everybody back. If you guys make them have to commit, I think you got some joy in terms of how you can counter them. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, Jay. It's still going to be 2-1. It's going to be 2-1
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at this game. I'm saying Tottenham definitely can hurt us on the counter. So I'm expecting to take a pragmatic approach going into the game.
Of course, it's pragmatic. Of course.
The approach is going to be defend and force them into errors, high up the pitch, be surgical with your chances. If you get a chance, then you sit on it. Late in the game, you know Tottenham are going to push, and at that point you hit them with a second. And I think it's going to be a 2-0 Arsenal victory, similar to last season. The way we shut up the crowd, we get an early goal, and from there we see out the first half. Try to see out the first half as much as possible without conceding too many chances. This Tottenham team can get at us offensively, but defensively, I don't think they can hold us down too much because it's not their principles to try to be defensive or to try to stifle the team defensively. They just play their way, and I don't know if Ange Postecoglou is going to change too much for this game, knowing that he needs to stop Arsenal from winning the league. Maybe he does, but I more than likely he plays the same way he usually does. And now feed into our hands, and I think you're at home, you're the home team. You just lost 4-0 to Newcastle. You're on a 17-day break. I think more things are in favor with us having the momentum coming off the back of the 5-0 win versus Chelsea and seeing all those goals go in the confidence.
17-day break. What do you mean 17-day break?
They haven't played since the Newcastle game.
Oh, and you think that's advantage Arsenal?
Did you say 17? Yeah. Did you say 17 days or 7?
17.
Wait, wow. Since the last time they played, you're wrong. It's 15.
Okay, whatever. In 2 days' time,
but I think, in my opinion, I think too much rest it can cause complacency. I think the fact that you've been playing more, you'd be more sharp. I think easily from that game that they've just lost in as well against Newcastle, battered in, you can lose match sharpness, and that confidence is. I think they'll build a bit of confidence towards it, obviously, because that's what happens. But when the time's the best healer, but I can't see Tottenham being as sharp as they think they're going to be.
So if Tottenham can't stop Arsenal from winning the league, who do you guys think will?
Manchester United.
Yeah, we're the only ones left.
I think City could drop points also.
They could drop points against Tottenham. I would say
if Jay does not get a result against Arsenal, Jay is not getting a result against City. They're gonna Jay. You know what's happening on that game. You know what's happening, Jay. Jay.
But the thing is that it's funny because we've won 6 of our last 7 Premier League home games. The only one we lost was Wolves when they hit us on the counter. Yeah,
I loved
one out. And there's been 6 other teams that have kind of tried to hit us on the counter and play that, and we beat them all in various ways. So my point is that for someone then to tell me that we're going to lose 2 of the next 2 home games, no, it's impossible. Like, we're not going to lose both of them. So I don't know. So maybe one of you might beat us, but both of you definitely aren't.
Is that that Tottenham game? Is that the game in hand for Man City? Yeah.
Last game of the season, I think, the way it stands right now.
So second last.
But also look at Tottenham's results.
Tottenham will roll over. They will roll over for you, man. If they win the league, they definitely will.
The second last game of the season, you might, Jay. You might.
No, you might already have it done.
That's true.
If we can beat Arsenal, you'll be in a position where you can maybe afford to take an L in that game or a draw. It won't matter.
I don't even think.
Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here. We got over 400 people watching on all platforms. 106 of you guys on YouTube. Do me a favor, hit that like button right now. Kaz, somebody asked, "Are you live later?" Someone in the chat was asking.
You know what it is? Friday nights is like. Let me be honest.
Night. It's ladies' night.
You know, it's Naji. No, if we're not married, but I'm just saying, like, I just can't be bothered. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's so much. I just want this. I can't lie to you, man. I'm tired. Mentally, I'm tired. I'm straight from doing all this YouTube.
I get it.
Yeah,
man,
but if Rashford said that, you'd be like, shut up. And
well, I can't lie. If I was getting paid 300 grand per week to shrink, guess what? I'll be on live. I wouldn't complain. But I'm not.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Hopefully, you enjoyed this stream. If you've gotten up to this point of the video and you haven't hit the like button, please do hit the like button. Don't forget to check out Vader's channel. The link, I'm gonna make sure I put the link in the description for his channel. Of course, Kaz is never the foul. Big up Abs also for joining, and Jay. Did I miss something? Ram also joined. So big up Ram. Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans were hiding this whole week. Luckily, we found 2 of them. And yeah, hopefully, Vader, when you drop points, you'll be hiding too. Have a good one, guys. We're out of here.